All right, folks, welcome back out to Westchester, Pennsylvania. My name is Dave Gertz. Next to me, I'll be joined later by Rasney McGibbon. We're here for Game 2 on Rink 1, which will feature the top team from Arizona State against the 4 seed, the Michigan State Spartans in Pool C action. I was able to sit down and talk to both coaches. Prior to this game, we'll start with the head coach of ASU, Dennis McClain. With the head coach of Arizona State Elite, Dennis LeClaire. Dennis, congratulations on making it back to the Nationals.
Thank you. Long season, tough season, but we're glad to be back.
So you guys come in as the 1 seed in your pool, which is always a good accomplishment, but when you get here, it's always tough teams to take on. You take on Michigan State, a team that has some pedigree and has got hot in the regionals and made it. So what are you looking for in your game early on?
You know, the number 1 seed, I think it matters, but it really doesn't matter. A bunch of us were talking yesterday. It seems like it's a poison at times because we haven't played a game since February 13th, 14th. So you get 5 or 6 weeks off. There's an advantage of going to regionals because you get to continue to play. And that's, you look at a team like Michigan State going into regionals as a 9 seed, winning 3 games, beating 3 and 4. They're here for a reason. They're here every year. And I definitely reminded the boys of what happened last year. So they, 5-2 after 2 periods, and they come back and beat us 6-5. So they're not taking anybody lightly.
All right, so you guys came in last year like that. You guys were able to rally and make it all the way to the semis last year. What experience did you guys take from last year that you're going to use kind of coming in now as a veteran of Nationals?
Well, it's funny. Last night we had a team meeting, and we had, show of hands, 15 players on the roster that are here today were here last year and played in that game. So we have guys who are coming back, know what it takes to win now. We have guys who we picked up from other programs. We have 3 guys from our ACHA D1 team that were moved down because we did go to NCAA. So we have 2 goalies that came down from the D1 team. We have one of our leading scorers was injured half the season, but he's back and fully healthy. So I would say we have guys with a lot of experience at Nationals, and guys know what it takes to win. We didn't do it last year, and we're hoping to get a little revenge. Fortunately, we have 2 of those teams in our bracket this year.
That's good. So, Coach, well, best of luck to you. We'll talk to you during the game.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
With the head coach at Michigan State, Jim Martin. Jim, it's always good to see you here at the Nationals.
Oh, it's certainly nice to see you too, Dave. We're happy to be here.
So you guys got here playing through the regionals, and actually one of the teams that had to play 3 games in 3 days. Talk to me a little bit about just that experience of kind of getting on that momentum.
Oh, yeah, it was nice having 3 games. We had the Friday game was the first one, and then played through Sunday, and kind of just built momentum from there. But it was a real good weekend, though, so everybody really stepped it up to the challenge of that.
How big was it taking on on day 3 a team that you knew and had played before with Davenport?
Oh yeah, they're a great team, and they've got they just moved up to D2, and certainly have gotten a lot better through the years in that. And they're a real tough team, really fast in that. We sure had our hands full with that, and they played a great game, but we're real lucky in the end to get a couple breaks in the 3rd period and that. So, it came out okay.
All right, last year at this time, you guys were basically getting ready to face the same team you're playing today in ASU Elite, and you guys came back from 5-2 down and won the game, one of the more exciting games of last year's Nationals. You could start out again against them. What are you looking for in this game?
Well, I'm looking for not going down 5-2 this year, so hopefully we'll come out a little better in the first period and don't get behind and have to make a comeback. But, Arizona State's a fantastic team, and they've gotten better.
All right, that was Dennis McClain and Jim Martin, the head coaches of the 2 teams. We are underway here in this Pool C matchup, day 1 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. My name is Dave Gertz. Next to me, Rasney McGibbon. I'm glad to be here to bring you this game. We'll be giving you an update on scores from around the rink from earlier today, because we already got 4 winners. And, we have 4 winners. There are 2 sessions here. 12 and 12-15, and then 3, and then there'll be 2 more games starting at 3:15. We'll let you know about that. Arizona State is the top seed in their home whites with maroon and gold trim. Michigan State in their road greens and whites with the Michigan State script. And right now, Arizona State trying to get an early score here as this shot never makes it on to the goaltender.
So interestingly enough, we've already have 4 games underway, and the 4 this morning were all number 2 versus number 3, and all 4 games this afternoon are all number 1 versus number 4 in the pool. And we will also explain to you why there are 2 Arizona State teams here.
I still like to figure that one out, besides the fact they have 2 teams. In the one team made it through the regionals. This one is the elite team. They actually won themselves an auto bid, been off for 5 weeks. And they both
probably the Cinderella of the whole belle of the ball has got to be Michigan State, as they were, I believe, a number 9 if my homework served me correctly.
Yes, they were. And Van Ecker goes down, and we're getting our first penalty called. So Van Ecker goes down, and number 10, Jordan LeClaire, is going to go sit for 2 minutes.
And Dennis LeClaire is not too happy about that one.
So just getting you quickly up to date on the goaltenders in this game. Jordan Gluck will be for Arizona State. He comes in with a 12-0 record, 1.68 goals against.
It's kind of stingy, isn't it?
And 94% save percentage. For Michigan State, it'll be Eric Manich, 7-5, 3.64 goals against, and an 89% save percentage. So now you don't see too many West teams have that low of a goals against. Shot goes in on Gluck, and he turns it away. Now comes out to Van Ecker.
Well, one thing, again, I've talked about not being a fan of, and we're seeing that passive box, by Arizona State. I'm not as much a fan of that as I am the active, but we will see how that works for them. They are giving the 3-point man as Michigan State working an umbrella.
This one comes over to the top. Shot sails by Gluck, rolls around and comes up to the top, trying to get it in, looking for that shot. This one taps in, tapped down. Gluck turns it away. Early on, Michigan State getting a lot of good shots here on the power play. Back out,
and you're starting to now see the point men of. You're starting to see the guys from Arizona that are covering the points for Michigan a little bit more active as they're coming out on them, as they realize that if they're going to let them, they're just going to keep shooting the puck from the point, as they've already racked up 4 shots so far in about the first half of this power play.
Puck is finally cleared out, so we're under a minute left to go in the power play. Early on here, first 4 shots of the game have come from on Michigan State. Again, on the power play for the 2-minute minor on LeClaire for tripping. They'll bring it up. Hits off of Michael Prober, and they're going to actually call icing on this, and so we'll be forced to go back down to the other side. Not exactly what you want to do here, Rasty, when you're on the power play is to ice the puck.
No, it's not. I mean, what we've seen here in the first minute and 26 seconds has been pretty good by Michigan State. And again, no discredit to Michigan State, but Arizona State in playing that passive box penalty kill really is giving their 3-point men as Michigan State runs that umbrella a lot of time and very wide open passing lanes to get those passes and allow time to get guys in front of the net. And we'll see if Arizona State adapts and adjusts and what we got in the last 20 here.
Fighting for it there is Patson. Here's a shot. Gluck has to fight it off right in front of him. He's able to finally clear it out as ASU will see it go down the other end. That should pretty much do it for the power play.
And that one sounded like it got some meat.
So now back to 5-on-5 action here as we are just under 4 minutes gone in the game. Ehrlich has it now. He'll gain the zone. Waiting for the shot. This one's shot. Barry fires it home. I think Matic may have gotten screened a little bit by his 2 defensemen. But either way, it finds the back of the net. And after a dominating performance early on by Michigan State on the power play, ASU is able to grab the 1-0 lead.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you, that puck had eyes as it beat him right over the glove-sized shoulder and just nipped the top crossbar and in. And really, after you said a very impressive performance on special teams there by Michigan State, they find themselves down by 1 goal after 1 shot.
ASU wins the puck, and they'll wrap it around down low, try to chase it down there as Ehrlich takes a weird bounce out, and he is able to try to throw it in the front of the net, but it hits off a skate and heads back into the corner. Trying to go in there and help dig it out is Jones. This one comes in, doesn't make it on Matic. Now he'll be cycled back down below the goal line, stepping over, shot on a bad angle, turned away by Matic. Tries to dig it in as he goes, wraps it around, and the net comes off. Ref says no change by Michigan State, as they say that they pulled it off. So with 5:55 left to go here in the first period, 1-0 ASU early.
Yeah, and they have since that goal have responded with 2 more shots, trying to even things up. Michigan State did look good on that power play, and not to discredit them at all, but again, Arizona State really laying off them and giving a lot of time to set up and use those point men, as they're going to call that face-off back here with 4 minutes and 7 seconds gone so far in this first period of this Pool C action.
And eventually Michigan State will have their players out there. A little surprised, especially as the road team, they were able to make that change so late. Face-off one back into the corner. Now will be brought back up to the board. Gets through Jones' stick, allows a shot to come from the point, doesn't make it through. But ASU able to hold on to the puck. Now back up to the top. Time there by Bayer. Bayer fakes the shot, now go in tighter. Takes it below the goal line. Back up, intercepted there by Patson. Again, here's a bad angle shot. Nice toe save by Mattis as there's a lot of traffic in front. They're produced by the Sun Devils. Bayer has it, passes it over to his defensive partner. Intercepted there by Pober. Pober will throw it in. Patson, he misses it. A hand pass. Here's a chance for ASU. Shot from the wing, played by Mattis. Tried to wrap it around, goes around, right through the blue ice and out to the other side. Everyone's scrambling around. Bad shot by Valver, as I think he should have tried to put that a little closer to the net as Mattis was on his back. This puck comes flying around, hits off the outside of the cage, now hits off the ref. 4:48 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 ASU early. And Rasty, unlike the first game where we've seen, both these teams seem to be coming out with a lot more giddy up in their step as opposed to the first 10 minutes that we saw in Grand Valley and Utah State.
Well, and I'll tell you something. Of the 4 games that have already resulted this morning, only one of them was close. So, I mean, when you walk in and 4 games are already on the board and you can see who's already played in your pool, it kind of lets you know what you're going to have to do. And those are the 2-3. You know, it's not the 1-4 game.
Played off high off the glass. This one will get outside of the Sun Devil zone and be played by a high stick on Michigan State. So we get a stoppage of play with 4:08 left to go here in the first period. Shots after early being up 5-0 for Michigan State. Arizona State is going on a 6-0 run right now and are now leading in shots on goal.
That is correct. And if you're an Arizona State fan, they were down in shots 5-1, but really all the shots have come from them here in probably the last 3 minutes or so of play in this first period.
Michigan State gains the zone, tried to dump it in, hit off the glove of number 3, Liam Hughes for Arizona State. That slowed it down now, but they're able to hold on to it are the Spartans. Up now the point, dumped in low there by Walker. Held in deep by Peacock. Trying to keep it in deep now. Will be played off the glass up point. Pinching in there to try to help out there was Meltzer. Meltzer still fighting to keep it in for the Spartans. Coming out is Eversole. Eversole tries to make a centering pass. Intercepted there. And now be played down into the corner. Michigan State stepping up, trying to make that outlet pass, and it's turned over by Hughes. Hughes is going to step up with some speed. Gains the red line. Loses the puck, and his skate may have been tripped up a little bit there. He wanted a call as he was yelling at the referee as he heads to the bench. Michigan State taking a lot of time now. Will swing it around, played it off the boards as Van Ecker to himself. Van Ecker with some great goals in the regionals to get his team to the national tournament. Probably one of the best players at the regional tournament in Chicago about a month or so ago. Here's a chance here. Shot right on Manson, taking it right off his face. And he was able to stop it. Good individual play there as Mattis came out to play it outside of the blue ice. Van Ecker coming in, trying to get through one guy, then gets rubbed off the play as McNeely will send it around to the blue line. Tapped in front, now here's an opportunity. Trying to swing at it, doesn't quite get to him as Van Ecker is able to take it off the stick. Throws it in behind. Bringing it around there is Hewitt, and this one's going to come out of play. And with 12:22 left to go, we get our stoppage and a face-off to the blocker side of Gluck.
So I think if you're an Arizona State fan, I think the early penalty kind of caught him off guard, and also Michigan State's, I think, utilization of that man advantage. The good thing is for your Arizona State fan, I think they adjusted very well. They went into more of an active box, and I think since that time, they really have had the momentum in the remaining part of this first period. If you're a Michigan State fan, they got some chances early on. They got some good scoring chances, and definitely as a number 4 seed in this tournament, a number 9 seed out of their region, they're glad to be here. And you know what? Compared to the first game that we called today, they are definitely hanging with a good Arizona State team.
Ryan Francis, the captain for the Sun Devils, bringing it up. He gets rubbed out, but he's able to force it into the zone. Trying to pinch forward there was the defenseman for the Sun Devils. Once again, Spartans able to hold on to it, gain the zone. D'Angelo will, I would submit a little bit of late call there by the official.
If you are listening to us, you are listening to us on ACHA D2mensnationals.com. I'm Rasty McGibbon. David Kurtz with me. 1-0 for Arizona State Elite. If you are tuning in, shot 7-6, which is a much closer affair than what we were able to have the opportunity to watch this morning. Michigan State dumping the puck in, and they're going to change a couple guys, and Arizona regrouping behind their goal as they work out now.
Davis brings it up for the Sun Devils. He'll pass it off to Randall. Randall will dump it in, but it'll be turned over quickly. A nice outlet pass. And stepping through his pants there. He gets tripped up a little bit. We're going to get our first penalty for Arizona State today. Is now rubbed off and is picked up by the Claire. And so back on the power play will go Michigan State, as Andrew Penson really kind of individually made something happen there for his team, and they're back on the power play.
Yeah, and you know what? I think for Arizona State, I think they're probably surprised with what they saw in Michigan State in the early part of this period. Michigan State was very good on the power play, and if you look at 6 shots on the scoreboard right now for Michigan State, 5 of those came in that 2-minute burst when they were on the man advantage. So, you know, for Michigan State, this is the opportunity to even it up.
Shot, this one sails wide as there's a lot of traffic in front of Gluck. Good attempt there by the Spartans.
But you are starting to see a more active box by Arizona State now, which is what they need to do.
Here's a chance to swing at, and a good play there, but they could not clear the zone. As now you got a man down. Here's a shot. This one sails right over the top of the cage.
And you know what? From the point, you need to get the puck in there at about 18 inches off the ice. Give you some juicy rebounds off those huge leg pads, and you also got traffic in front of that that can get that rebound action.
Here's a shot. This one's by Fasten, his blocked shot. This was tempted score by Van Ecker. As you said, Rasty, just right off the top of the ice, and Van Ecker was able to whack it down, and it goes 5-hole in Gluck. And Michigan State has tied the score.
So I think we've seen a couple things in the first 10 minutes of this game that really should tell the tale. First thing is 5-on-5. Arizona, I think, Arizona State's a more deadly team than Michigan State is. And for Arizona State, they need to stick out of the box, because that's really 6 out of the 7 shots that Michigan State has so far have come on special teams. So stay out of the box, and Michigan's got to learn a way to generate something on 5-on-5.
So we'll see how they respond as Wiseman makes a long out pass to Ehrlich. This one's going to come all the way in on Matic, and he is going to cover it up with 10:29 left to go here in the first period.
Arizona State, I think, has just got to calm down. The biggest thing is they got to stay out of the box. I think speed-wise, they probably have a bit of advantage over Michigan State, they just need to put it to their advantage. They need to stay out of the box. When they do get on the special teams, they need to go into, I would even say, increase the activity in your box, because they're giving the 3 forwards in the umbrella. I thought they were calling a penalty there. They're giving the 3 forwards in the umbrella lots of time to work around.
You got thrown off by the Jofa-looking helmet.
Which one's that? Show me.
The guy that just dropped the puck. The ref just dropped the puck. He's got the rounded, the Jaromir Jagr look. Michigan State holds on to the puck. Now they'll circle around, try to probe the defense for the Sun Devils. Getting it in is Hewitt. Hewitt loses the puck, now regains it. Good poke check there by Wiseman. They're able to clear the zone. Coming back is ASU. Little drop pass here, thrown now by Valver. This shot goes around wide. Valver with another shot right into the stomach of a Spartan. Valver has it now. He's going to go cross-ice dump. Both teams changing on the play. Walker has it. He'll wrap it around to his D partner. Wow. Nice hit applied there by Ehrlich.
He almost got a 2-for-1 there.
Yep, shot. Oh, almost made it through, but a good defensive play there by Michigan State. As this one's going to pop up in the air. Looked like it was going to go out of play, but stays in. Go right into the slot. Now back up to the point. Shot goes right over the top of a sliding defenseman and goes over the top of the cage, too. Davis shot. Tapped in front. Merrick has it. Thrown in front. He's out of position. Two guys in front, but Michigan State able to come out with it. Circling around behind the net with D'Angelo. Passes it up now to Meltzer. They're going to
when you have that prolonged time there in the zone, one thing you're seeing by Michigan State is they start running around. They're forgetting their defensive assignments, and maybe it's due to fatigue, but if Arizona State can get some prolonged pressure there in the Michigan State zone, I think it would give them the opportunity to kind of exploit some of those defensive breakdowns. And you can see, I mean, when they get some time in there, they're really able to generate 2 or 3 quality shots, and they're throwing the puck in high on the Michigan State goaltender after they were able to get an early goal off him that way.
And and we should be at time for our media timeout. We're seeing if the refs have got it.
I think Jim Martin said back in Michigan, where I'm from, we would have called a media timeout now, but I'm not sure. So they're going to go over and talk about it. He says, I don't know. What do you think?
Not sure why we're having this conversation about it, but
You talking about me and you or them?
them.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're not really indicating one way or another. It's either are they going to play or not. They're just kind of like all standing around. I guess we're in the media timeout, even though the players are all out on the ice. But either way, you're watching.
This is a pre-media timeout.
Okay.
This is before the. Here we go. Yeah. One of the linesmen a little bit winded there. Play is back underway.
Arizona State shot. Oh, and snapshot coming from the point. Goes over the glove of Matter. I want to see when they unpile themselves who it is, number 18. It looks like Steve Caselli was the one that found the back of the net on that one. A little surprised. He just kind of came down and just snapped that shot.
And you know what? That are actually 2 goals that have beat him high glove. So just curious, David Kurtz, do you have any statistics on the backup goaltender? Just playing the devil's advocate there.
I do.
Oh, boy.
Next stoppage we can grab that. So we're back underway now with Arizona State up 2-1. Michigan State bringing it up out of the zone. Shot comes in on Glock. He's just going to glove it, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
If you are just tuning in, I'm Rusty McGibbon. Beside me, David Kurtz. This is the ACHA Division II Men's National Championship. We're in Westchester, United States, and this is Michigan State versus Arizona State. And after about 11 and a half minutes of hockey, Arizona State has put 2 long high shots in past the goaltender for Michigan State, and they are up 2-1. Michigan State having 2 extra man opportunities, and they're cashing in on one of those, but have looked very strong with the man advantage.
Stepping up now is Bayer. Bayer holds on to the puck. Is getting harassed there. But they're able to finally get the puck in and change up are the Sun Devils behind the play. Coming up now are the Spartans. Little tap pass makes it through. Backhanded in. Now the Michigan State will finish their change. Valver has it, loses the puck. Good forecheck being applied here by Peacock. They'll try going around the other end. Valver passes up to Ehrlich. Ehrlich gets his pass tipped away by Van Ecker. Now Peacock will play, and this one's going to go out of play with 7:30 left to go. I want to remind you, you are watching the ACHA Division II National Championships presented live on Utah Hockey and YouTube.com from Iceline in Westchester. We'd like to thank our first period sponsors, GreatSkate.com, Sherwood, and Harrow Sports, the official apparel provider of the of the ACHA.
Dave, we're gonna. There's an exhaust shop near here, and I'm gonna get a muffler put on you, buddy.
About a week ago, it was a whole lot worse. So I'll take this. to be honest.
Well, you're not any better looking, I can tell you that much. 7:07 left to go in the first period. You are joining us, Arizona State versus Michigan State, and it's been a fairly even contest. Michigan State potting one there on the extra man advantage. The ref doing an excellent job of keeping the puck in there for Michigan State as they're working hard.
Shot right in front, sails wide of Gluck, as in a chance for Van Ecker to try to give himself 2 goals here in the first period. Stepping in to help out was the D. Puck pops up by Hewitt, and back comes ASU. Ehrlich's going to pass it, loses the puck as I think he tried to spin around and throw it right in front. Shot right into Manick. Another shot right in as trying to help out is Walker. Now Van Ecker makes that nice little pass up to Hewitt. Hewitt's going to take that shot, sails it wide as we got a broken stick, and coming in after the change there was Hewitt helping out. Stepping in to help out is Panzen. Panzen gets pushed off the puck.
Michigan State really having a wholesale change, and the only one that was in there holding the fort down was Andrew Patton, and he did a great job of keeping the puck in while his 4 teammates were able to change. 6 minutes left to go in the first period, 12-0, and really, if you were to talk about scoring chances, I would say that the advantage has to go to Michigan State, and it has come on the extra man opportunity. Probably a couple that the goaltender would love to have back that have come in from probably at least 40 feet out, and beating him both times high glove over the shoulder of the goaltender for Michigan State.
Got a little stoppage there as Davis for ASU had to buckle up his chin strap a little bit. Shot, this one hits off a couple sticks right in front. Another shot. Oh, great stop there by Matic to keep it a 2-1 game. This one's thrown in front. He's spinning around like a top trying to find where that puck is. Hit off the half boards and brought up. Trying to come in and get something going was Mellett. Now take it around behind the net. Pober gives it back to his D partner. Throws it out and it's right in front, but luckily for Matic, his D partner was able to step up. This one intercepted by the Sun Devils. Now stepping over is Patson. He gets it hit off his stick and forces the Spartans to clear.
And see, that's a fantastic example of why I think when you have your man, take an educated dump it into his corner and let him use that momentum as opposed to having to slam the brakes on at the blue line.
Fighting for it, trying to dig it out there is Randall. This one shots over the top of Gluck. That was a fluttering puck that was going around. Maloney keeps it in for the Spartans. He gets hooked a little bit. He gets hooked again. No call by the officials. Ames has it. Ames is going to get ahead of steam. He's going to go cross ice pass. Sits off of somebody's glove, maybe Caselli. Len will make the far corner. Long pass out here to a stationary Spartan. Now they'll try to make another long run out. Is able to hit Salchuk. Salchuk throws it, gets it right back. Shot, bad angle, and Gluck's able to glove it. And we'll get a stoppage of play with 4:34 left to go here in the first period. 2-1.
Yeah, I think you've actually seen in the last 3 to 4 minutes of play, Michigan State really starting to be able to generate some offense as they're working on the transition. And they're getting shots on the goaltender. So I would say probably of the two matchups we've seen today, this one is the most even. And Michigan State just happy getting the puck in and working and getting some shots. Probably the highest quality shots that we've seen from them have come on the special teams. But the shot total is pretty close, and I would say the scoring chances are also probably fairly close as well.
Right now, ASU on the attack as they try to get an interior pass. This one up to the point, shot. This one hits off a bunch of skates and just comes back out and allows Peacock to throw it up and actually hits it off of the one of the standards, and so we'll get a face-off inside the Michigan State zone.
If you are Arizona State, I think you have to be happy with what you've seen out of them so far, except the amount of time that they have spent with the man disadvantage, and they have put a man in their own penalty box 2 times. Good discipline by Michigan State, and really, you have to respect a number 1 seed out of any region. And Michigan State, I think if you're Jim Martin, as you go into this first intermission, one of the messages has to be stay out of the box, because I think with Arizona State, I think they can hurt you if you really give them that man advantage.
Here's a chance for Michigan State. Kind of whiffed on the shot as Gluck was hugging the post there. Puck squirts all the way out back out to center ice, so both teams will try to recruit. Van Ecker plays it softly off the boards. This one will be wrapped around hard by Albasta. Chased in there by Wiseman. Wiseman watches the puck bounce around. Now throw it out. Van Ecker winds up and tries to blast it. Only gets about 60% of it from the point. Now he'll go in and chase it around. Met there by Housley. Now back up to the point. Shot makes it all the way in on Gluck, and he just blockers it into the corner. Going in after it is Ehrlich. Ehrlich's going to put on the brakes. Just taps it off the boards, and they're able to slowly clear. Stepping up to intercept that pass was Sticker. Sticker watches that puck sail wide and get picked up by Housley. Housley coming in, looking for the cross ice. Shot, oh, and hits the top shelf on Matic. Great play as that was an unselfish pass there. Just slide it across. Matic was flying post to post, and he just went against the grain and put it up in the top shelf on his blocker side.
It was a fantastic execution by Arizona, and that's an excellent shot on the transition, as you said very correctly. Very unselfish. They put it across, and they're able to beat him high, and this is 3-1.
To answer your question, by the way, Rasty.
Yes.
As Arizona State back out on the attack, the backup goalie is Grant Luzinski.
Okay. You have any stats on that young man?
Yeah, he's only 1-5 with a 4.63 goals against, and only saved 86% of the shots. So,
Jim, you made the right choice. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what Jim has to say. But just remember, last year at this time, as this shot is turned away by Gluck, Arizona State was up 5-2 in the second period last year at this time, and ended up losing to Michigan State. In fact, and I'll need to double check this.
We weren't supposed to talk about that.
And if I remember correctly, I'll check the stats at the intermission. I think that Michigan State was also down at the end of every period, the first period of every regional game too, and they ended up winning their way through. So lots of adjustments are made in that locker room, I think. As Ames steps up, shot. This one goes hard off the glass and wraps around. Pinched off there by Meltzer. Meltzer's going to try to wrap around. Good interception there, as they had two guys flying to the front of the net. And right now, the Sun Devils are really buzzing around. Matt is trying to get that fourth goal before the period ends.
Right, and one thing we talked about is when the Sun Devils can be in there for an extended period of time, there starts to be some pretty substantial breakdown.
Van Ecker has it. He's able to shield it. He's by to shield off. Now in comes Lynch. Lynch shot. Nice short side shot there as Gluck was able to stand tall, and he gets rubbed out onto the boards, and it's good to see him get back up. So he took a hard hit right behind the cage.
And you know what? It has been a fairly, in terms of ebb and flow, it has been a fairly...
Looks like we have an injury here. Or a blade. Yeah, his number looks like number 28. Preston Ames is going to have to go off the ice. Looks like he maybe cracked the blade, and so he's going to have to get that fixed.
Now, if they break a blade, it does not qualify as a lower body injury, does it?
You never know.
Okay, all right.
They are.
I'm waiting to make that call. That's why.
This puck's going to go up and end up in the Sun Devil zone, so that'll keep it inside ASU's zone on the glove side of Gluck.
So let's just talk quick about adjustments. I think if you're a Michigan State fan, you've got to work on getting your goaltender back in the game. He gave up two that I'm sure he wished he had back. The third one, was definitely a goal that Arizona State earned and deserved. The first two I think he wished he had back. For Michigan State, they got to stay out of the box to give themselves a chance to get back in then. And with that, I'm going to make my way down.
Puck being fought over here in the Michigan State zone. Arizona State tries to wrap through, gets tripped up a little bit, intercepted, and back come the Spartans. Step over the zone, going in. Gluck's going to try to play it with a stick, and he gets it into the corner. Patson comes in. Housley goes back-to-back, 24 seconds left to go. Now back up, stepping in there is McNeely. McNeely's able to clear it out of their zone. Now he's going to throw it down. They say no icing, play on. And so Madge has it with 12 seconds left. Maybe one more rush here for Michigan State before the end of the period. While we're waiting on Rasty to get his post period interview, as Michigan State just is going to be happy to hold on to it. We'll give you a couple scores from earlier today. On this rink, Grand Valley made a huge statement early as they ended up beating Utah State 6-1. William Patterson knocked off Lindenwood 5-1. Florida Gulf Coast last two seasons been the national runners-up. Started off with a big statement as they beat Keene State 11-1, and Utah scored a goal with less than 2 minutes in the third period to beat Miami of Ohio 2-1. Other games going on right now as we wait on our interview will be NYU against Penn State, Liberty against the second Arizona State team, and Lindenwood Belleville against Boston University. So let's head down to Rast, who has Jim Martin, Michigan State head coach. Rast?
Rasty McGibbon with head coach of Michigan State, Jim Martin. Jim, tell me what you liked in the first period.
Well, not a whole lot, but I guess we did get a couple of shots in there. We got to get it deep more often, and got to play a little better in our zone, too. We got to cover up those shots from point, so I really stung us that period.
I honestly thought you guys looked stellar on special teams. Tell me how big special teams has been, in getting through a tough regional for you guys.
Oh, yeah, we did well in regionals, too, in the power play, and the killing was doing okay, too. Hope we're going to stay out of the box today. Hope we don't have to rely on the penalty killers too much, but the special teams is always something we work on quite a bit, just because it does give you quite a good advantage too, with a lot of penalties and a lot of games too. So,
with the game of transition, if you look shot wise, you guys are dead even with Arizona State. What is the real message you're going to give you guys in the room here now?
Away and just keep getting in the zone and keep shots on net. We did have good shots on goal. They had some open stuff they shouldn't have had coming into the zone. We got to step up on a little bit better, but. Hopefully this period we'll work on that again too. So,
Jim, a pleasure as always. Thanks very much. Good luck in the next 40.
Oh, thanks very much. Nice seeing you again.
Thank you. David?
All right, thank you very much, Rasty. We're at our first intermission. It is 3-1, Arizona State over Michigan State. Want to give you one update, one correction on the website hadn't been refreshed on my phone. Actually, it was Utah 4 and Miami 2. The last goal was an empty netter for Utah. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the second period of Michigan State against Arizona State Elite here on day one of the ACHA Division II National Championships, brought to you by App Hammer and Utah Hockey. All right, folks, welcome back out to Westchester, Pennsylvania. My name is Dave Kurtz. Next to me, Rasty McGibbon. We're here for period 2 of the ACHA Division II National Championships on day 1, featuring Arizona State, the elite team, as they like to call themselves, against Michigan State. 3-1's your score. This is a Pool C matchup, the 1 versus the 4. Couple scores going on at the break. NYU up 4-1 on Penn State. Liberty and Arizona State Maroon are currently tied at 0. So we're underway here. Arizona State controlling the tip. Puck gains over the blue line. Step up here. Trying to step through there is Michigan State. Good play there by Badner, but he gets rubbed off the play, and he's having a little trouble getting back up. Sun Devils able to clear the zone. Now turnover. Here's another chance. Stepping over the blue line is Badner. Badner's shot. This one goes over the top of the cage as Gluck reached out for it with his glove, and the net comes off. So we got to stop at your play. Rast Diaz joins me back on the broadcast, and Rast, things that we think we need to see for both teams.
Well, I think for Arizona State, probably 5-on-5, they're a better team than Michigan State. For Michigan State, they just got to keep chipping away. They have got to limit the shots on their goaltender. You know, just to be very transparent, I think their goaltender was weak in the first period. I think there's 2 goals that he should have had. Otherwise, this would have been a tie game. You know, when you're letting 2 goals at this level of play from 40 feet out. But the thing to focus on, that's all behind us. It's a 3-1 game. You got to play every period like a separate game, and like Michigan State has got to come out and they've got to win this period, which is important for them.
Icing waved off as it comes down to the Michigan State zone. Up to Bear. Bear's shot. This one comes up, sails wide. Matic. Dump down low. Matic will slow it down there. Bringing it around is Pober. Pober's got some time. He's going to skate with it. Tries to make the pass up to Melnick, but it sails wide, and that's going to go for icing. So we'll come down to the blocker side of Matic. 3-1. We're just about a minute and a half into the second period. My name is Dave Kurtz, along with Rasty McGibbon. After this game, that'll wrap up day 1 of the Nationals. We'll kind of let you know what the schedule is tomorrow for both these teams, as well as what else is going on as time allows. Face-off one back by the Spartans. They'll swing it around, go D to D. Now back across, trying to clear some of the pressure.
One thing I like for Michigan State is that when they're getting the puck behind the net, the defensemen are not scared to skate it. They are willing to do that. You're seeing some pretty heavy pressure being put on here by Arizona, and this is where Michigan needs to start skating it.
Pober shoots it right into the stomach of a Sun Devil, and this one's going to be shut down for icing. So with 1:51 left to go, Michigan State's players have been stuck out there for a little while because of the long change in the second period. They haven't been able to clear the puck and with any sort of control, and has resulted in they've been stuck out there as Arizona State has changed twice during that time.
So interesting thing.
Shot right in on Matic. He turns it away.
Interesting thing this morning in all the 2-on-3, 2 versus 3 matchups, the 2 won every time, eh?
A little surprising though, and as we go forward, one thing I always say is that there always has been a one that has gone down in day 1 in the past 4 years. So with all these 1 versus 4s, we'll be interested to see. Right now, NYU up 4-1. They're kind of pushing it out a little bit. Liberty still, last time I checked, his scoreless. So there's a potential.
That's 1-0 Liberty.
Oh, Liberty. So
yeah, that score came in late.
Still a good tied score, and then you have this game here, which by no means is out of reach, as Michigan State can prove that they can get the momentum. They can really make some noise.
Have you heard anything about Lindenwood Beeville versus Boston?
It's 2-1 at the intermission.
Beeville?
So, yeah, Beeville. So
nice.
So So far, they're really the only team that's kind of pushed out as a 1 seed out ahead is NYU. And if I'm talking to their broadcaster just a few moments ago before we started, NYU scored 2 real quick, and then Penn State was able to get back to 2-1 and then kind of gave up 2 late ones, which is bad. Here's a shot from Van Ecker, and Gluck turns it away as he stepped right through the faceoff dot. Got to account for him at all times. Here's a shot. This one's tipped. It goes right over the top of the cage. That came from Walker from the point. Good cycling being applied here. A little give and go. Van Ecker is able to stretch out his stick and keep it from drifting too far up. Now he shields his body, throws it away, gives it off to Hewitt. Hewitt circling around. Shot. This one sails wide. Chased over there by Van Ecker. Walker falls down, but Van Ecker ups and out. Nice throw across. Shot. Nice block by Arizona State is number 2. Jace Davis slid in front to keep that shot from making it on the Gluck.
And that's the best 30 seconds of hockey that you have seen out of Michigan State in this whole game, 5-on-5. That was actually Michigan State generating some scoring opportunities, 5-on-5 in the Arizona. They were cycling very well. So for Arizona State, you got to get your transition going. I know you're a fast team. You guys are used to skating it. And just keep doing what you're doing, and the scoreboard tells the tale. You're up 3-1.
Eversole has it, looking to throw it in front, goes through everybody right up to the point. Nice step in to hold it in there are the Sun Devils. Turned over now, stepping through, trying to bring it down is Abasta. Abasta gets pushed around, now down into the corner. Hit there and rubbed out is by Ames. Looks like he got his skate fixed during the intermission. This one knocks out of the zone with 16:10 left to go. Shots on goal, 18-17 in favor of Michigan State.
And that's the first time that they've been up since that first power play early on.
Van Ecker has it. He's going to skate with it. Goes by one guy. Now he's going to try to go through. We got a delayed penalty. Shot in front. Glock's banging around for it. Doesn't know where it's at. Finally, they're able to come out with it and held on to as Wesley Starr knocks it down for Arizona State. But there's a slashing call with 15:49 left to go in the second period. And we'll see who has to take that penalty. But Michigan State going on a power play as they try to crawl back into this game.
And I think if you're Dennis LeClaire, that's the one place you don't want to be, because aside from that 30 seconds that we saw, Arizona State definitely has the advantage 5-on-5. So if you're an Arizona State fan, we hope they made the adjustment and are coming out with a more active box on the penalty kill, as Michigan State does an excellent job of using 3 shooters high in an umbrella formation, and more of a shooting style power play as opposed to an overload style power play that we're seeing from the Spartan team.
So Preston Ames will have the 2 minute minor. That first shot went out, so they brought the faceoff back down. This one stays in and forces them to come all the way back. Much more aggressive forecheck being applied here by Arizona State as well. Bringing up is Van Ecker, backhanded pass. Is able to hit up by Badner. Badner's got a little bit of room to work with. Steps through, leaves it for Van Ecker. Van Ecker looking, snapshot sails wide as he tries to go far side on Gluck. Step through, nice stick work applied there by the captain. Francis for Sun Devils forces them, forces the Sparks to come all the way back to their zone. Stepping up, Van Ecker tries a little bit of tic-tac-toe pass. Intercepted there. Brought in by Randall. Randall gets rubbed out. And
Michigan State does such an excellent job when they get the puck deep in the Arizona zone that's what they need to do, is hold the puck up. Let all 5 of your guys get in the zone like they're doing here now and start working.
MSU gains the zone. Here's a chance for Pober. Pober puts it right into the face of a sliding defenseman. Took a little bit too much time to make that shot as he was wide open as everyone had sunk down to the near side of the ice. Stepping through now, back up to Pober. Pober waits. Saucer pass over. He has a little bit too much on it. Now he'll try to fight to keep it in. He is able to keep it in. A little too much aggressive there as he realized he had some time. Now high up on the glass, down at the half boards. 14:20 left to go in the second period. 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Now back up to Pober. Pober's shot sails wide. Looks like he may have hit off a stick on the way up. Puck bouncing around there is coming in to try to get it is Badner. Badner steps through. Right backside. Score! By Andrew Patson, who came in late, was able to go back door, and that was a great pass there by Pober coming out and slid right across, and a power play goal for Michigan State, and they pull back within 1.
And really, you see Michigan State there, a couple of very fortuitous bounces as a couple times Arizona trying to clear the zone, and Michigan State just getting that puck in a little bit deeper every time, finally getting it along the near boards here in deep and played along the near boards, and having the goaltender and going overload on them across, and they had an open net as the sprawling goaltender came across. So I think this really tells a tale in terms of Arizona State, is you have to stay out of the box. 2 for 3 on special teams for Michigan State, and Jim Martin alluded to that.
Michigan State wins the face-off, but it goes in deep into the zone, but they're able to clear it out. Now stepping over, here's a chance. Coming up for number 8, Lynch. Lynch shot. Oh, Gluck has to play it, kind of handcuffed him a little bit, but he was able to knock it up over and into the corner. Trying to dig it out now. Michigan State playing with a lot more speed. As coming in now, bringing in is Housley for ASU. Housley looking for the centering pass. Will take it around behind the net. Still swinging around with it. Goes through, gets the puck taken off his stick. Pinching him was the defenseman. Trying to keep it in so Michigan State doesn't have numbers coming back the other way. Held in, thrown back up to the top. Now here comes Hewitt. Hewitt's going to hold on to the puck. Now goes around one, gets the puck knocked right off his stick by a one-handed whack. Meltzer has it. Meltzer will leave it back there for Walker. Walker has that puck. His pass from D'Angelo. Tip off his stick. Now it hits off the linesman, and we're going to say that Michigan State is offside.
Offsides or not, but
pace of play, Rasty picking up, especially in the last last 30 seconds of that power play, and then right now, a lot more back and forth play going on. As looks like we're going to get someone chucked out as a star for ASU, and number 22, D'Angelo for Michigan State, really going at it in the face.
Well, actually, D'Angelo kind of skated in under some force and was actually, in front of Star, and so Star tripped him. And then, they kind of went at it. But cooler heads have prevailed.
Ingbar shoots it, and it's knocked away blocker side by Matic. Now taking it around, Ingbar has it now. Has a lot of time, has a guy up high. Shot, this one goes right on Matic. She turns it away, coming out. Denny Leclerc angry about something, either a penalty or the fact they didn't jump on that rebound. Shot, Glock knocks it away, and then another one knocked away. Glock holding it out, but he's not. Doesn't look right now, Rassi. He really is controlling the puck as much as the puck is playing him.
He's fighting it a bit, eh?
Valver will lose the puck. He's going to go and drift back as he's a defenseman. Albasta, long pass over. Now back, a little two-man game here. And actually, D'Angelo makes that pass back and then leaves the zone and kind of leaves his D partner dying out there. ASU controls it.
See, one thing with Michigan State, they're collapsing too much. You gotta maintain your defensive responsibilities.
Hughes shot ricochets into the corner, never makes it on to Mattis. Swung at by Randall, whiffs at it, and this will allow them to change. Or clear the zone, excuse me. Only one Michigan State player able to make it out of the zone. As quickly back comes ASU.
And they got to get up and dump this across so they can get the change.
Fighting for it just outside the blue line, able to gain it. Here's a chance coming in for Michigan State. Long shot, tried to go far side. He had Gluck a lot of room to work with, but he airmailed it a little bit. There was Jacob Peacock. I don't know about you, Rasty, but that would be the time I would think I would fake the shot and see if I could either get the goalie to start open up his 5-hole or possibly get something bagged over, because that was a tough angle to try to shoot on.
It was a tough angle. He tried to go upstairs on him, high blockers. He's a full right catch there in the goaltender for Arizona State. But Michigan State really has in this last 5 minutes or so, even after the power play goal, been trying to generate something. Arizona State spending more time in the Michigan State zone as well.
Sticker comes down, long pass out, missed that by Gluck, but it goes out into the corner. Chasing it around behind, trying to bring it up with Bayer for ASU. Long pass to nobody. We'll go all the way back to the D. Great step up there by Eversole. Eversole throw in front, shot right off the shin pad. It looks like they got a little bit of skate as 18, Jack Tobiak, was having some trouble skating after that. Goes into the far side. Sticker has it now.
He needs to skate with that.
Peacock has it now. A little soft pass, glove down. A little bit of body contact, and
they're going to call it a hand pass, I think.
Little hand pass there with 10:32 left to go here in the second period.
And that's kind of a hard one. He was trying to drop it, and as the Michigan State player was checking him, it pushed his hand up against his body and just carried the puck with him. But I don't know. It doesn't have any effect on the game, but.
Shots heavily sided for Michigan State this period as they now lead 25-18. It was 15-15 at the break. So they've been outshot. And right now ASU's been outshot 10-3. McNeely tries to keep it in for ASU. Stepping in is Housley to help out. Now back up to the point to Wiseman. Wiseman over to Ehrlich. Trying to get to McNeely. Tried to go back door. And right there you see some quality passing, but maybe a little too fine there by ASU as Gluck's going to glove this down. As we're kind of passing into problems.
Well, that's true. One thing that I do not like that I've seen, again, is the defensive zone breakdown that you're seeing by Michigan State. When Arizona gets in the zone for more than 10 or 15 seconds, everybody seems to huddle towards the puck and just kind of to clump around it. Go ahead, David.
All right, so we're at our second media timeout. You are watching the ACHA Division II National Championships live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank our second period sponsors, Gong Show Hockey, Warrior, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape supplier of the ACHA.
And tape is important.
It always is, yes. And Westchester Visitors Bureau, the Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partner, Utah Hockey. Restating the game for you here, 3-2 Arizona State with 10:06 left to go in the second period. My name is Dave Chris, next to me, Rasty McGibbon. Rasty, halfway through this game now, we've seen some back and forth action. ASU looking much better in the second period, but right now I would say halfway through, this has been a Michigan State period just with the general flow of play.
It has been a Michigan State period, and I would say the reason it's been a Michigan State period is they really seem to get some momentum off that goal they got on special teams. Arizona State having taken 3 penalties in this game, and Michigan State scoring on 2 of those 3 extra man opportunities. Jim Martin saying that special teams has been big for them, and really, the goaltender for Michigan State has not faced the work in this period that he did in the first period, and so really, he has to.
And there's a 2-on-1 for ASU, falling down, trying to get it over McNeely, but that was a opportunity shot, doesn't make it in on Matich. Yeah, Michigan State doing a much better job of clogging those passing lanes that ASU loves to use to try to get themselves quality scoring opportunities to remain close. McNeely and Ehrlich trying to fight the puck right on the line. Wiseman steps over, and the ref's going to stay
I'm going to tell you
outside.
something. Obviously, I've never sat in any of these in these locker rooms, but probably in terms of coaching tenures, there are not many guys that have been a coach longer than Jim Martin. And I will tell you one thing. Jim Martin, I don't know what he says in those locker rooms, but you do see a Michigan State team come out after intermissions, and they are a changed group. So
you don't win 2 national championships doing nothing, right?
you got to dance with the girl that brought you.
Skating up now with some speed, throwing it in.
Better comes along.
Puck goes into the zone and quickly out again. Faison will try to do a cross-ice dump. And we're going to get an icing call saying that Faison had a chance to step over the red line and he didn't. So that'll force the face-off all the way back into Michigan State zone.
So I think Michigan State has done a good job in this period in limiting the work that the goaltender has had to do. I think for Arizona State, they have here's the thing: is they are not the number 1 team in their division by only scoring goals from 40 feet out. So they've got to do what has been successful for him. We see Dennis LeClaire over there being frustrated at the linesman.
Face-off 1, shot comes right in on Matich, and they'll glove it down. Good face-off win as Davis made a quick shot. I think what he wanted was a delay game as one of the captains for Michigan State came skate across the entire way to talk to the official off of what really was a pretty simple icing call. Shot comes in on Matich. He's going to hold on to his Engbar. Is that from talking to officials, the biggest thing they'll give you that kind of that extra little area when you're dumping it in. If you're skating into the zone, he had stopped. He was 3 feet on the wrong side and shot it.
Right. I understand.
they want you to, that's just being lazy.
At least make an effort.
Yeah. Back to Hughes. Now Francis will dump it in deeper. Engbar has it. He'll try a saucer pass, intercepted there by Michigan State. Coming back now is Badner. Badner will dump it in. Gluck tries to slow it down. He's able to get about half of it. Now picked up there by Francis. Francis long pass over to Hughes. Hughes going to step up, gains the zone, steps through one player, then loses the puck. Could have had a pretty big collision there too. Asked if he had been searching for one. Backhander comes in. Glock tries to hit it. Hits on the outside of the net. Actually pops the water bottle up. We had one of those in the first game where we thought it did that, except it was in the back of the net. Puber shoots it, hits off a couple bodies. Oh, whoa, cross check right into the goalie.
And I'll tell you, that actually, from my vantage point, came into the back of the net, but it looked as if the goal went in. Jim Martin's guys have been a very disciplined group, and I would say, none of the penalties that we've seen so far have been ugly. But Michigan State, they have got to continue to play a clean game because they cannot afford to climb back into a 4-2 game because the only goals they're getting are off of man advantages.
Face-off is one forward by ASU, trying to bring it up with speed is LeClaire. He gets it in deep. LeClaire screaming for a call on that play. Coming back now and picking it up are ASU. Bayer has it. He loses it momentarily. He's able to throw it up to the red line. Caselli trying to dig it out for the Sun Devils. Nice pass out to LeClaire. He's got 1-on-2. Shot hits off a shin pad. He'll dump it in deeper. Now he steps through. Only green shirts there to meet him. Randall wraps it around. Trying to get some help. This one will be backhanded up. That'll be gloved out. It will clear the zone.
If you are joining us, this is Division II Men's National Championship from Westchester, United States. This is the number 1 Arizona State Sun Devils versus the Michigan State Spartans, who are ranked number 4 in this Pool C action. Shots are 27-21 in favor of Michigan State, although that doesn't matter. What matters is the score, which is 3-2 in favor of Arizona State, as they grabbed 3 goals in the first period. Michigan State working on clawing their way back into this one with 2 goals on special teams.
Wrapping it around now, trying to get it out. Meltzer, he is being hounded there, so he'll leave the puck behind the net. Picked up there by Lynch. Lynch, long pass out, does clear the zone, forces Goins to come back out. Now we're back to onside. Long pass out. Padditz has it. Patson whoa, crazy bounce. Well, I tell you what, Glock got lucky there. He had to make a quick stop. Another stop thrown in front. Puck is bounced right, hits the back of the net. And that rest of that all started with a bad bounce where instead of it wrapping around, Gluck was out of the net. It comes out way in front now.
I would be overlooking at the boards to find out why it came out because it shouldn't do that. It should absolutely not do that. I mean, the thing in Gluck's defense is he made the first save that was off that wild bounce. He was able to get back into the net. And now, Michigan State, this is the first time that they have been able to generate a goal 5-on-5. So if you're Arizona State, you got to worry because now they found a way to score 5-on-5, which they had not been able to do for the first 33 minutes of this hockey game.
And it just seems like Michigan State, every year when we talk about them in the tournament, they find ways to get those kinds of goals. Like strange bounces that turn into turnovers, and you just keep whacking away. You don't see a whole lot of what you would call pretty goals, guys sniping it from the corners or going top shelf or whatever, but when they do, they find a way to hit the back of the net. That's what makes them so dangerous.
True. I am going to tell you, though, I have not seen a team that executes any better on special teams than Michigan State. Now, again, we've only seen, 2 games or 4 teams play.
Mattis covers up. Ref tells him to play it on as there was nobody really nearby. Arizona State doing a good job of kind of hanging back. They almost had a couple chances to try to get that puck back as this one's going to hit off a stick and go into the corner. Chasing there, throwing in front, hits off his shin pad. Hughes can't find it, thrown in front. Gluck watches it sail wide, and we're going to get a penalty here with 6:02 left to go in the second period. We're going to have a boarding call. We'll see who it's on. Looks like it's going to be on Arizona State, potentially number 17, Ryan McNeely, or at least he's the one conversating about it. So Michigan State's going to go on the power play. Just tied the score 3-3, and are currently leading in the shot total 31-22.
And really, if you're an Arizona State fan, this second period has not been a good one for them at all. They entered this period down 3-1. They've taken 2 penalties in this period. One has resulted in a goal, and then there was an odd bounce there that resulted in a goal as well. But I don't think we're seeing Arizona State at their best. I think there's more that this hockey club can give us.
So that was on 2 minutes for boarding on Zachary Bayer, and back on the power play goes Michigan State already with 2 goals. Shot, whoa, goes over the top of a sliding defenseman, and Gluck is able to knock it down. This one's hit over. Here's a short-handed opportunity coming back. Other side, stem through, shot. Mayer has it. Back throw, right, he scores short-handed. Number 16, the captain, Ryan Francis, as Eric Maddock could not get enough of that puck. And he was able to make enough of the stop, but the puck was just sitting just outside the blue ice. And give credit to Francis, who did not give up on the play after shooting it. And he was able to slip it under Maddox's flopping body. And they have retaken the lead at 4-3 and the momentum.
And really, Michigan State, after he took that shot, they had the numbers back. He should never have been allowed to pick up that puck after the rebound. And the goaltender, really, no criticism for him. He did what was necessary in stopping the first shot, and we have a 4-3 game.
So Michigan State was able to tie the scores. So 3-3, coming back from 3-1 at the end of the first period. And now Arizona State able to get a shorty and retake the lead. So we'll see if Michigan State can answer here, as they got 1:11 left to go on this power play. They were able to get it in deep, drop pass to nobody, because Patson got rubbed out on the play earlier.
One thing Michigan State needs to do, they need to bring their forwards back down more. There's a lot of pressure from Arizona State, and they don't have the momentum when they're hitting the blue line. They're not hitting it at full stride. The other thing they need to do is to get that puck in the corners and actually work their power play. It is not a one-man, it's a 5-on-4. Use that extra man advantage, because Arizona State is using a passive box, which I have found does not work at these national championships. And so Michigan State, if you're Arizona State, just keep putting that pressure on. We now see number 12 Gallons in forechecking hard, and he's making it hard for Michigan State. They keep taking their puck back deeper in their own zone, trying to cycle out due to the amount of pressure that we're seeing by Arizona State here.
Van Ecker will bring it over and skate through entire line, take it into the corner, kick it off his skate. Now bring it back up to the point to Pober, back to Van Ecker, circles around, looking for the shot, tries to get it through, hits off a couple defensemen. Kneeling shot, throw in front, right there, does score! That might be the second goal for Van Ecker in this game, as it looks like he poked it right under Gluck after the first couple stoppages, and we are tied again at 4.
And this is a game that will not die. This is a team that will not be silenced. And I think, what we've said before, Arizona State has got to stay out of the box. They've got to stay out of the box. Michigan State is 75% with a man advantage. They did give up a shorty. And so really we are where we are. Status quo is we were 3-3 before the power play, and now we're 4-4.
Michigan State a little bit late getting the face-off, so they threw out the centerman and allowed Arizona State to win the face-off. So that was 23 Van Ecker, assisted by number 24, Michael Pober. Turnover here coming in. Look at McNeely, tried to fake the pass. I think he tried to look the goalie off, and they shot it up into the netting.
And the thing for Arizona State coming in is this is a number 1. They probably were not quite expecting what they've seen out of this Michigan State, and really, taking that penalty very early. They kind of poked the bear and woke them up, to be honest with you. They gave Michigan State some momentum early on, and that got them going. Now they have had 3 of their 4 goals.
Looks like we're going to get a penalty here on Michigan State, so now tripping goal. So that'll put Arizona State on the power play. And you can look over the coaching staff of Arizona State, and they're clapping. And you know what? The penalties are in favor
Arizona State. They've had 4 called against them, and now Michigan State. So you know what? If you're Arizona, this has been kind of a lackluster. Period for you, as you've only scored 1 goal. It was a shorty, and you've given up 3 to Michigan State. So your special teams have got to be huge for them right now. This is the absolute biggest time that they need this extra goal.
McNeely dumps it down low. Holding it on to is Housley. Back up now to McNeely. Getting it over to Bayer. Bayer tries to go back to Housley. Back up to McNeely. Over to Bayer. Shot back in the net and out again. Wow, nice one-timer set up by Housley.
Fantastic execution there, and it only took them about 15 seconds or so as Arizona State did an excellent job. And by Michigan State, they were very active on that 4-man penalty kill unit, but Arizona State executing very well. So I think one thing for both teams, stay out of the box. Arizona 100% on the power play opportunity, and Michigan State 75%. So I think special teams really are going to tail the tail for this game, and Arizona State just needs to stay out of the box, I think, and they should be pretty good, as Michigan State really only able to generate 1 off a weird bounce.
Walker loses it and quickly is able to get it back. This one comes actually in. Now bounces off of Merrick, throws it up in the air. I'm not sure what was going on between the defenseman and Matic on that one. This shot goes well wide. Play backed up, hits off the back of the skate. Coming over now to try it again is Nick Jones. Panzer has a turnover here. Here's a chance. Panzer throws it forward. Misses. Panzer only has 1 goal. Tries to back it in off of Glock's leg. Nets off. Now we got a guy down. So we're going to say, we'll see who gets the call.
Outside the zone.
Outside the zone, they're going to allow changes. So 2:25 left to go. Shots on goal, 34 for Michigan State, 28 for ASU. But right now ASU up 5-4.
And we've seen 5 goals in this period, which is pretty impressive.
So the faceoff is just outside the ASU zone. Stepping in is Caselli. Wins it now, back by Bayer. Bayer's going to backhand it out. Long flip pass, trying to chase down LeClaire. They're going to say he was offside, and he was. The head coach, Dennis LeClaire, for Arizona State was screaming, but I would say from our vantage point standing in the blue line, LeClaire had declared himself inside the zone prior to the puck being getting over. It's a little hard to say when it's up in the air, but from our vantage point, he was definitely outside.
I think the ref is going to go over, and that's the right thing to do. The only thing I should say is LeClaire should come down and talk to him.
Yeah.
But I have a tremendous amount of respect for the ref coming over and giving him a personal explanation. That's the right thing to do.
Face-off won back by the Sun Devils. Long pass out now. LeClaire has it. This time he's onsides. Shot hits off the stick and never makes it on to Matic. Back up to Bayer. Bayer's going to go work in the middle of the ice. Throws it in front right into Matic. He's going to hold on to it right in his chest.
And you know what? Really, you're starting to see some momentum here by Arizona State. And I think, for Jim Martin, I would really try to get out of this period with no change in the score. If you can pot one but play defensive hockey for the next $1.57,
ASU's going to go back in the power play as Halsey got absolutely murdered in the face-off dot. As this one's going to come outside the zone. ASU's goalie Gluck is gone, so 142.
And they do have Sadai X out there. Do you know who Sadai X is?
No.
The 6 man.
No control yet, as Michigan State wanted that, but they didn't have control of that puck. Kind of hit off the back of them. So stepping in, wow, a lot of stick play going on behind them.
Here's the thing, if you're Michigan State, you don't want to get another penalty.
As shot right in front as Matt stops it. This one sails wide, still hold on to. Now it's being grabbed down as it was picked up by Alex Fasten. Yeah. So a 2-minute minor for
roughing, it looks like.
Roughing, which they got lucky because those two guys were basically going at it, and that ref was looking at them. I'm really surprised they didn't make a call there. But
yeah, I'm surprised.
He went on both of them.
There was one Michigan State guy that gave him the stick between the legs while we were waiting for the play to stop. So, yeah, Michigan State's pretty lucky. They only got out with with one. So this is really an opportunity in this minute and 10 seconds of the first period. Arizona State would love to, I'm sure, go in with a 2-goal advantage.
Well, and shot it, it gets through as there's a great screen applied there by Hughes and Rast, as we were about to say at the next stoppage. You know, you worked your way back. You were down 3-1, but you worked your way all the way back. You did so much. You even took the lead at one point, and now it looks like you go back in with the exact same deficit that you had at the end of the first period, which is not what you want to do.
True, and that's very true. The only difference is now you know you can score on them. Now you can know you can score on them. And you're reading the body language of the goaltender from Michigan State there, back deep in his net. And you know what? I think there's some he wish he could have back.
So we're under a minute left to go here in the second period. 6-4 Arizona State. It was 3-1. So we've had 6 goals scored here in this period. Been an exciting time. We're excited to see what's going to happen in the third period. As ASU gets that pocket picked, here's a chance. Pushed off there by ASU. Trying to just get out of this period. 30 seconds left to go. Maybe one more rush for the Sun Devils. They're going to step up. Puck kind of fighting along the board. Seems to have trouble. Big hit into the corner. Tried to be cleared for by Fasten. Now back up to the top. Wiseman holds it in as he steps up. Throws it down. Fasten has it now. He's just going to flip it down. Tried to get snagged there by Van Ecker. Ref's going to say let it go. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. ASU will try to hold on to it. And that'll do it for the second period. So going into the locker room, after the first period, it was 3-1 ASU over Michigan State. Going in at the end of the time, the distance has not changed. It is now 6-4 as Rasty heads out to get an interview with Dennis McLean. We'll give you some updates on the scores going on here around the ACHA as Rasty looks like he is ready to talk to Dennis, and let's go down to Rasty right now.
Rasty, given with Coach LeClaire, 6 goals in this period. Tell me what you like about your guys in this period.
They didn't quit. You know, we had a 3-1 lead going into the period, and it could have easily they could have taken it to us. I mean, they had us there for a little while on the ropes, and you know, we got a couple of power plays. We're 2 for 2 on the power play. First 2 power plays in 6 periods of hockey at Nationals.
So you guys had been off. Being the number 1 seed, it gives you a bit of a break. Do you think that has hurt you in any way coming in here?
Absolutely. It's probably the worst arrangement we have in the playoffs because we play the latest. We've had 5 weeks off, and you know, all the credit to Michigan State. You know what? They're doing everything they can to get on the power play. They're getting a little help, in my opinion. You know, I worked in the American Hockey League for 7 years as a linesman, and a referee in the East Coast Hockey League for 3 years. I'm very frustrated with the officiating. It carries right over from Florida Gulf Coast last year at semifinals. Call me bitter, call me what you will, but you know what? The officiating is horrible right now, and I'm very disappointed.
Because I have no control over that. No, and that's all reasonable. What do you say to your guys so that at the end of this game you come out the victor here during the second intermission?
No, we're going to go settle down. We're going to go basically continue working hard, and you know, we got to be tighter in our zone. We got to play better defensive hockey. They have they're three power plays out of 4.
They are.
Yeah. So they're 3 for 4 on the power play. All the credit for them for crashing the net, getting those pucks in, but. You know, we're going to come out flying in the third period. I have no doubt. Remember last year, 5-2, we went into the third period up on this same exact team, and they came and scored 4 on us in the third period. We will not let that happen again. Trust me.
One last question for you. Have we really seen the Arizona State hockey that you've played throughout the season any time during this game or not yet?
I can leave that. Very simple. What do you think?
I would actually think no. I think there's been too much time on special teams. I think you really want to come out in this third period and show us what you can do.
Absolutely, 100%. We're a much better team than what you've seen so far. But again, all the credit to Michigan State. They're doing the little things. They're getting power plays, and they're capitalizing.
Coach, thanks very much for this. Good luck in the next 20.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. That was Coach LeClaire and talking to Rasty Gibbon. We'll take a break. When we come back, final period. With the third period, ASU currently up 6-4 on Michigan State will be back right after this.
Salty much?
Wow. Wow.
Good, you missed one. You gotta miss a goal.
Well, folks, sorry about that. A little bit of what you would call a traffic jam out front getting here. And lastly, it looks like Coach Dave McClain said stuff that needed to be said. As
LeClaire.
LeClaire said as ASU jumps out and in the first minute snags another goal.
Sounds like number 7, Housley, was able to get one here in about the first 30 seconds.
So he is making good on his promise that his team was going to come out different than they did last year when they were up 5-2 and blew it against Michigan State on day one in the Utah Nationals last year. As we're going to get a penalty here on Francis. I like how he says the ref. He just goes, me?
Yeah.
So gave him a little hook. And so Michigan State will go back on the power play where they already have 3 goals today. And Rast, I would say that this would be a time they would definitely need to get one.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, the game is getting a little bit out of reach for Michigan State, and I'm basing that on the fact that 3 out of the 4 goals have come on special teams. But, if there is an opportunity for Michigan State to get back in, it's going to be now. But one thing I like Arizona State does, they put a lot of pressure on them coming out of the zone. And they need to continue that pressure in and really make Michigan State either shoot the puck on transition into the zone or to... Because when Michigan State gets set up like they are now...
Shot comes in on Gluck and is turned away, thrown down the other side. 18:08 left to go here in the third period. 7-4. Right now, ASU getting an early goal here in the third period. Pass across. Picked off there by Davis. Gets it off a stick so he didn't get play as much as he wanted, which will allow Michigan State to recover the puck and try to make something happen here. Stepping over is Pober. He gets his pocket pick, but his partner, Walker, will take it behind. 48 seconds left to go on the power play.
And you know what? I don't think there's time for this, to be honest with you.
Kind of moving it up kind of slowly, able to get a cross-ice pass up to Badner, who's going to gain the zone shot. Woo, nice play by Glove, because his glove kind of came out of nowhere and snagged that to get a stoppage. Update on some of the other scores. NYU up 7-1 on Penn State. 6-2 Lindenwood Belleville currently over Boston U, and Liberty up 2-0.
3-2 last I heard.
Ooh, and so Liberty still?
Yeah.
So that game is seeing a bunch of goals in the late since last time we checked it. All the 1s and 4s playing right now. Earlier today, the 2s and 3s played with all the 2 seeds winning. Most of them comfortably. The only close game was Utah knocking off Miami 4-2 with the 4th goal being an empty netter. The game winner actually being scored with less than 2 minutes in the third period. Hewitt has it. He's going to pass it up top. Shot. This one makes a very nice tip in front, but Gluck was able to come out with it. Shot. This one sails wide, and we're back to 5-on-5 action. So for only the second time today, ASU is able to stop Michigan State on the power play.
And that's a big thing for ASU as well as that goal.
McNeely has it. Gets run a little bit. Looks like we're going to get a knee-to-knee here. As a tapped in front shot. Oh, and a score! And plus you got the penalty after that.
Yeah.
As number 14, Austin Urich, was able to come in and tap it as the goaltender for Michigan State way out of position after trying to make that first stop. So it'll be a goal, and then they'll put number 41, Andrew Patson,
he's going to go out for obstruction tripping.
So,
and, really, I think what happened there is Michigan State really got kind of sucked into the fact that the penalty was going to be called, and sometimes, we see the level of play kind of drops off because you're anticipating this penalty being called, and then you're going to regroup. But fantastic play there by Michigan State. This is going to go down for icing.
And I think, Rusty, probably when we talk about major rule changes, obviously several years ago when you had all the major changes that happened in the AHL that kind of trickled down to college with no change on icing and the two-line pass allowed and all those kind of things. That was probably the really major change in hockey, but I think in college, the idea of a penalty no longer being waived off if you score while the penalty is prepared to be called, I think that's really a major change because, as you see, not only do you get scored on, but then you have to kill a penalty for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
See, it's interesting because I don't like it. I'm actually not a fan. Like, it would be nice if the game was decided not on special teams, but on 5-on-5. And by this, you're actually encouraging.
Here's a shorthand opportunity for Van Ecker coming in. He's got to hurry. Gets hooked a little bit. Shot sailed wide. Got hooked up a little bit. Ref says play on. I think that might have been a little bit of a benefit there for Arizona State as Engbar whiffs on it. I'm not sure if Akbar just kind of couldn't quite get the puck on his stick and that's why he slowed down, or if he was inviting some contact as he was getting pretty close to the goaltender. Van Ecker steals the puck again. He'll have another chance, loses it a little bit, tries to go dipsy-do around, and Gluck will knock it away into the corner. 41 seconds left to go in this power play. 8-4 Arizona State. Hughes has it. Up to Ames. Now back over to Hughes. Hughes stepping in, now back over the top. Shot, this one makes it all the way in, turned away. Goaltender down on his rump. And able to clear it out with 20 seconds left to go in the power play. Gluck will backhand it. Comes all the way out of the zone. Hughes has it now. Hughes gets the puck taken off his stick, now back to Bayer. Bayer's going to gain the red line, makes a nice pass over to Ehrlich. Ehrlich steps through, trying in the zone, waits for it, still waiting. Looked like he wanted to shoot a couple times. Couldn't quite come up to it. Now we're back to 5-on-5 action. Shots 37 apiece as Valver hits his own player, tried to get an entry pass, and it's turned away. Michigan State now with 14:25 needs to get something going here. Even if they can't win this game, as we talk about, every pool, at least one pool every year, is decided by something like goals against or goal differential. And so you need to try to make sure that those teams that are around you have numbers like yourself. This one's going to come down all the way for icing. Nope, they're going to wave it off. So they say play on. And so Arizona State plays it high off the glass right next to their own bench. Brought in now, Randall has it, he loses it. Spartans trying to get something going here. This one's going to tap out. This should be icing. Nope, they're going to wave it off again. I'm not sure what the...
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine Coach LeClaire is very happy with the linesman, right?
Well, I think the score of 8-4 will act as a nice lozenge.
Trying to step through, getting through. Wow, nice hit. Slow down Michigan State. Physicality picking up a little bit, trying to jump over a fallen Sun Devil. Now Van Ecker getting pushed around the boards. This was played off. Got a little extracurricular activity going on. Definitely some hodgy-podgy. Ref's going to make a call here, I think.
Well, here, I don't know why the linesman's the linesman should step in there. Now, what would you do right now?
But penalty-wise?
I'd absolutely send them both off. Send them both off.
Yeah,
let it be 5-on-5.
Well, I would send them both off, and then if there was another call, which is a cross-check, I'd give that extra call. I'm not sure what the original call was.
Yeah.
But for both of those guys, at this point, send them both out for 2 minutes.
So I think, interestingly, what needs to happen now for Arizona is they really, the last time, the last execution of their power play that they had just a couple minutes ago, probably was not what they would want, right? So they need to take some time. They've won the face-off and actually set up your power play. Now Michigan State probably needs to be a little bit more active like we saw them in the second period.
Shot comes in on Matic, and he turns it away. Now back around to the boards. This will come back. I think we're going to see Michigan State making a lot more aggressive for a shorthanded opportunity as clock is starting to become an enemy in this game. Down 4 with 12:45 left to go in the third period. Housley makes a nice pass over to McNeely, who's going to hold on to it just about a foot inside the zone. Now they're going to bang around it. Now it's a couple feet in. Now it just kind of dribbles out Stepping over now is Hughes. Hughes is a beast of a man. Now back over, steps through, tries to go short side. Had managed drifting, but hit the outside of the cage. McNeely has it at the point. Shot, flippers around, can't make it through. This backhander ends up in the netting, so we'll get a face-off inside the zone.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, we've almost seen 80 shots in this game, but I guess considering that we have 12 goals on the board and we had 10 by the conclusion of the second period, is in some ways not surprising. Arizona State going to have a face-off to the blocker side of the, of the catcher side there for the goaltender, as they're going to win the face-off and try to set up.
Shot comes all the way in on Madge. Second shot comes all the way in. He's able to turn away, wrapped it around, hits weirdly off the standard and comes out. Here's Van Ecker trying to make another shot. Dipsy do through one guy. Oh, didn't quite have enough time. It's good back check applied there by ASU. A very unselfish play there, Rasty. A lot of times you don't see that on a power play, especially when it's a one-on-one matchup. Pober drifts it up. Stepping in now is Francis. Taking around behind the net is Enbar. Enbar tries to throw it in front. Comes back up now to the point. Valver has it. Swinging around now, playing the umbrella. Here's a try to get a long pass on Enbar. Enbar got a guy in front, gets cross-checked from behind. Ref's going to make that call. So here comes Glock. They're going to have an extra man. So with 10 seconds left, albeit holding in as the extra man's able to hold the zone. Good play by McNeely.
Michigan State just kind of running around now. They're going to get another penalty in front of the net there.
Shot.
So careful.
Enbar holding on to it, throws it in front. Lot of opportunity. Shot. This one doesn't make it through. Finally, and I think it almost a mercy calling there for the official, as I don't know how much he really had a control of that puck.
Well, and you know, I know with my interview there with Dennis LeClaire, very frustrated. And I don't know if he's yelling at the official or he's yelling at his own. Yeah, he is. He is.
Which is strange because he got the penalty. I mean, he's going back.
Well, no, I think he wanted another one. I think he wanted this to be a 5-on-3. And you know, here's the thing. It's not my place to say whether his criticism of the officiating is valid or not. But you know, really, he's made his point, and so now don't screw yourself for the rest of the tournament by grinding the officials. So he's come over and talked to Jim Martin there.
So Pober will go sit for 2 for cross-checking. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Jim Martin, who is doing it probably both to allow giving his penalty killers a breather and also to try to stem some of this really time-killing stuff that's going on with them having to get rid of all these penalties. And if you have any chance you can come back, you got to get back onto 5-on-5 action.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple things for both sides. For first, Jim Martin's got to stop the bleeding and keep his guys out of the box. That's number one. The second thing is he has got to get his guys to at least score one more goal in this game, 5-on-5, because he's only got one goal 5-on-5. We very rarely ever see any of these games go 1-0. Okay, if you're Dennis LeClaire, you got to keep your guys out of the box. This would be an excellent time to get your power play really firing on all 8 cylinders and just really put another nail in the coffin and get the puck in the back of the net. You know, I think this is a fantastic opportunity to run your power play, as he talked about. He's been off for 5 weeks. He thinks that hurt him. Now he's getting another opportunity on special teams. And as you get on in this tournament, special teams is going to make a difference. So go ahead and get your power play unit firing and get the puck in the back of the net.
Shot turned away, and it'll come back all the way into the ASU zone. Gluck's going to just kind of settle it down. Shots 44-37 in favor of ASU. It's been kind of a tale of runs for both teams, as both have led by significant margins throughout this game. ASU swinging around with a lot of speed back up to the top to McNeely. McNeely will go into the center. Shot. This one hits off a couple pads. Doesn't make it through to Matic. And be played out once again by Michigan State. Michigan State always looking to try to get that shorthanded opportunity. 1:20 left to go in the power play. McNeely throws it forward. intercepted and tossed out by Maloney.
One thing I like by Michigan State, they're very urgent to get the puck out of the zone on this penalty kill. And I like by Arizona State, they are very urgent to get the puck back in. They don't carry it all the way back to their goaltender and regroup. They just turn and burn right back in. I think it's fair to say they're feeling the burn.
Puck is held in by the Sun Devils, right at the below the goal line, thrown in front, tapped. Coming out with it is Michigan State, trying to get it out with a little bit of speed. They're able to grab it quickly, stepping through. Good play, as now falling down was number 18 for Michigan State. Had a chance there for a shorthanded opportunity, but lost it. Van Ecker going to try to use his speed, stepping in now to help out, stealing the puck away. Aggressive forecheck being applied here by Michigan State. Van Ecker trying to steal it away, loses the puck. Now come back out, coming with some speed is Starr. Starr's going to gain the blue line. Looks for a nice pass over. Right into the skates, though, as he had number 23, Engbar, for a nice shot, but he can put it a little too close to his blades. Overcroy now, shot. Oh, and it goes far side and scores. I believe that was number 23, Engbar, who was able to bury that puck far side. And a great show of just puck movement on a power play by ASU.
Yeah, and you know what? That's exactly what you want to see. Moving the puck, they got the goaltender moving, and they're able to go up 9-4. And really, here in the first half of this third period, they have exploded. We should have a media, right?
We added a new rule this year just for purposes of the thing, is that we don't call a timeout after a goal scored. So the first stoppage afterwards. So a lot of pushing and shoving going on here. I'll be interested to see if Michigan State able to kind of hold their temper a little bit, as I know.
Well, I'm
after being up
4-3, they have to.
After being up 4-3, they've given up 6 consecutive goals to ASU. Shot in front, turned away by Matic. Kind of sliding in, nets off a little bit.
No, to be honest with you, I don't think they were up 4-3. It was 3-3. ASU scored a shorty, and then they answered on the power play.
4-4, yeah.
So I don't think they've ever led in this game. So here's the thing. I think Dennis LeClaire probably unhappy with the officiating. I think he'll be happy with the outcome, and hopefully, we can move forward. I don't think, at the conclusion of this game, how I kind of judge officiating hasn't made an outcome in the end of the game. No. Has it made an outcome maybe in the score of this game? Yeah. Okay, because there have been a lot of power play goals, but that's.
Shot comes in on Gluck, and that's the first shot he's seen in a while, Ras, but he is able to play it well.
It is. I think we're going to have maybe. Guess we're not. Okay. I thought we were going to go to media time out there. 8:17 left to go in the third period. 9-4 Arizona State, the number 1 versus the number 4. And they're starting to run away as well in the shots category, 47-38.
Puck held in by Michigan State. Nope, they said they had to clear it. Now they clear the zone, allowing Arizona State. Hughes plays it on a wraparound. Held on to there by D'Angelo. Davis has it now. He'll just backhand it all the way down. Allows Fasten to have it. Fasten's going to wait, try to get somebody open. Now he'll skate with it. Intercepted there. Here back comes ASU. McNeely has it. Tries to go around. Has his pocket picked. Now he'll regain possession. Just throw it down in deep. Housley has it. Thrown in front. Here's a chance. Backhander. Good play by Mash because stand tall on the 49th shot he has faced today, and it is now 7:28 left to go. We'd like to thank our third period sponsors, Pro Stock Hockey, Bauer, USA Hockey, and Barron Championship Rings, the official provider of championship ring supplier for the ACHA.
And also the Westchester Ice Line that lets us sleep in a bit and go home early, as they got 4 rinks and we got 8 teams playing at one time.
Shot tipped away by Housley as he had about wide open net, but he kind of misplayed it off the heel of his stick. Walker has it now. He'll play it over to his D partner, who pushes it up quickly. As good still powerful forecheck being applied here by ASU. Here comes Michigan State gaining over. Tried to get around. Good play by the defenseman just to poke it away. Dumped it down low. Bayer has it now. Well, a stick work going on for both teams. Francis has to play it up hard to McNeely. McNeely trying to hit Urich. Urich actually grabs it out of the air. Good play there. 10 in, back there, gets slide down, takes out the referee. They say play on for everybody. I was actually impressed. Urich actually gave Matic his stick back after running into him. Shot Glock will have it, and they'll be able to stop at your play. That's what happens when you're up 9-4. You can give the other goalie his stick back.
Yeah.
In a 2-1 game, I think that's 6 going into the corner.
Yeah, you can take it with you. You can take it with you. 6:30 left to go in this third period. It is really just kind of formalities now, but we do know that Michigan State is a team that never dies, as we've seen.
Shot. This one tips up on Gluck. He kind of lost it, but he had his defenseman knock it away. Now it's into the corner. Fighting for it, coming out is Valver. He gets shoved down a little bit. Patson Hillary has a goal in this game, trying to make something happen here for the Spartans as the clock slowly starting to run away. Comes back out, Pober grabs it, passes it over to his D partner. Backhanded up, trying to pick it up there for Merritt. Merritt gets run right into the linesman. Stepping it up now, bringing in his Sticker. Sticker getting it through, trying to get something close by. Good play by Valver to kind of just ride him into the corner. Sticker shoots. That one's going to be played down by Francis, who just throws it out. This one might have enough to make it down. We're going to see. Yep. And we'll get an icing call with 5:36 left to go here in the third period. 9-4 ASU. Good big statement here for the Sun Devils as they can try to get themselves to the top of the pool.
And you know what? I think it's been an excellent showing. I think the first two periods really were kind of the tone was set by special teams as both teams really cashing in on the extra man opportunity. But now we have seen special teams by Arizona State this period, but really they kind of cruising now.
So being this is a Pool C matchup, barring a big-time comeback, it will be ASU and Florida Gulf Coast will sit on top of their pool, both with 1-0. Florida Gulf Coast beating Keene State 11-1 earlier today. Tomorrow, ASU will take on ASU will take on Keene State, and FGCU will take on Michigan State. So it doesn't get any easier for the Spartans as they take on the two-time national runner-up.
Is tomorrow the 13-24 matchup?
Yes.
Okay.
So tomorrow they got to play the national runner-up in the last two nationals, who played very well in the Southeast. Really only the only games losing is losing 3 of 4 to Liberty, which basically cost them the number 1 seed, which gave Liberty the number 1 seed in the Southeast.
5:01 left to go. If you are listening, I'm Rasty McGibbon. Alongside of me, Dave Kurtz. You are on ACHA D2 Men's Nationals.com. I know that's a mouthful, but there is a mouthful of hockey going on right here. 9-4. There's been a mouthful of goals, and there's been a mouthful of shots, and a mouthful of penalties as well, as those penalties really Arizona State taking more penalties, but definitely cashing in with more goals and winning here 9-4 with just about 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Whoa, big hit there in the corner as coming across was LeClaire. Trying to hold it in there, throw it out in front. Here's Hughes. Hughes shoots and whiffs, may have gotten a stick lift a little bit. Another shot. Match has no clue where it's at, and we're going to get a penalty called here right in front as the puck hit off a match and went, I'm not sure if it went straight up in the air, went over into the corner, but he couldn't find it, but we have a hold.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a holding call. I think it's going to be on Michigan State. And, really that's something that Michigan State has got to try to stop the bleeding and get out of this next 4:37 without any penalties. If you're an Arizona State fan, again, more opportunity to practice that special teams. As Coach Dennis LeClaire told me there at the intermission, they have been off for 5 weeks. They still think there's a bit of rust on the old blades that they're going to try to get out.
Bayer has it at the point, looking to try to give himself a shot. This one sails wide. Goes into the corner, trying to dig it out of his pews. Brought up down to McNeely. McNeely over to Bayer. Now back to McNeely, swinging around. Shot. Got a lot of traffic in front. Couldn't quite get it through.
But see, that has got to get out. If you're a Michigan State guy, that has got to get out.
McNeely has it. He'll switch up with Bayer. Swinging around. Back over. Bayer has it. Bayer now will change his way. Thrown. Shot and score. Not sure if it was tipped, but Bayer was able to bury that puck as there was a lot of traffic in front. And it is now a 10-4 game.
And you know what? That's not a bad goal let in by the goaltender there. But that's excellent execution by Arizona State. I think they probably now are about 4 out of 6 on the power play. Which are pretty good. Pretty good stats. And they're really just cruising now. I think they've got to stay out of anything that would be, as you like to call, extracurricular. And just keep putting the puck in the net, which would potentially act as a tiebreaker. And for Michigan State, I think it's important to stay out of the penalty box. I don't see any reason to get in the box at this point in the game.
So that'll be icing. We'll head down to the Michigan State side.
I think the thing that's interesting in this game is Gluck has gotten a bit of a workout. In the game before, we saw the goaltender for Grand Valley only faced about 20 shots, and 5 of those came during a 2-minute power play. But Gluck, Gluck has gotten a workout, and so he should be refocused and ready to go tomorrow.
ASU trying to pad their lead a little bit more as this turnaround shot sails wide. Matic. Also be interested to see what Jim Martin decides to go with in the net tomorrow against Florida Gulf Coast. Another high-powered offense. Will he stay with Matic or will he go to his backup? Or his second guy. We don't know. We don't just want to make an assumption that it's the backup. We're at 3-minute mark here in a 10-4 game. Been a little surprised, Rusty, with the amount of kind of lopsided scores on day one. Usually, either because of rust or whatever, you usually don't see that many scores being big on day one. Usually you see kind of the better teams assert themselves on day two with everyone kind of getting the same amount of ice time.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I think to agree with you, even take it a step farther, one thing I was surprised is the amount of disparity in goal scoring between the number 2s and 3s. I think 2 or 3 games were at least a 5-goal differential, which is not common.
Well, and not knowing what the current Liberty score is against ASU Maroon, there's only been one game that's been decided, so that will be decided by 2 goals or less in the entire day.
True.
So 2 minutes left to go here in the third period. ASU trying to dig it out of their own zone. Michigan State trying to get something here before the end. You never know when that one goal might make a difference when it comes to a tiebreaker. Shot by Paddish, sails wide. Chasing it in now, trying to dig it out is D'Angelo. It'll come back up to the point, and looks like we're going to get maybe a hand pass. Either way, it's going to come outside the zone. So the face-off outside of the zone with 1:40 left to go here in the third period. 10-4 your score. We'll get you updated on kind of what tomorrow looks like as the stoppages allow, so you can make your plans for listening to us. Saturday is always a kind of what we like to call the moving day. It's always interesting to see how everything happens, especially on a Saturday. You can wake up, have your breakfast, tune in with us at noon, and enjoy the afternoon playing, watching some NCAA basketball, and watching us on YouTube and on ACHA Men's D2Nationals.com.
And they have just added a Watch Live link, which is fantastic. So it allows you to a more direct access into the games. I was just checking there.
Under a minute left to go. Shot, Gluck will watch it sail wide. Van Ecker has it now. He'll circle around. He's able to avoid one player, two players. Shot sails and tries to go short side up high. Rasty will be getting an interview with one of the key players in ASU's win here today. 24 seconds left to go. Pass now across. Van Ecker has it. Casellia. Now dumped in deep, comes in on Match. Match will just kind of knock it down. Take it around behind the net. Michigan State's not going to fight it. Just going to let that puck go. ASU wins by the score of 10-4. And we'll go and join Florida Gulf Coast at the top of Pool C. So at the end of our day here on Rink 1, looking at the current standings of the pool, Grand Valley and NYU will be at the top of Pool A, each with a win. William Patterson won earlier today. We're waiting to hear on the final score from Liberty. They could be joined, or either that or Arizona State Maroon. We'll have to wait for that score. As in Pool C, which you just watched, Florida Gulf Coast and Arizona State sit at the top of theirs. And the University of Utah and Belleville will sit at the top of their pool as they get ready to play. Tomorrow's games start at 12 Eastern. Or we've got the matchups between Liberty will be taking on Lindenwood at 12. NYU will be taking on Utah State at 12. At 12:15 there will be Lindenwood Belleville against Miami of Ohio. And Arizona State, this Arizona State team will take on Keene State at 12:15 tomorrow. In the second session, it will be Florida Gulf Coast against this Michigan State team at 3 p.m., followed by Utah against Boston University. And then at 3:15, it will be Grand Valley State against Penn State and William Patterson against Arizona State Maroon. So Rasty just waiting to get one of the players for ASU over here. They were heading off to the other bench, other locker room. So let's go down now to Rasty McGibbon with the player of the game, number 14, Austin Ehrlich.
Rasty McGibbon with Arizona State. Ehrlich, you guys exploded for 4 goals in the third period. You know, I talked to your coach there at second intermission. He said that really, you know, the 5 weeks off, still trying to get some rust off. How was that more of what we would expect out of you guys?
You know, we had a practice here on Thursday night, so it was nice to get the legs going. And you know, honestly, we're just a good, hard, fast team, and we got the puck in, got on the forecheck, and played our game.
Special teams was big for both sides in this game. Tell me a little bit about how special teams has played for you guys this year.
You know, this year it's been great. We're real good on the power play. I think we're above 30%. You know, we obviously got some work on the PK to do. As you can see today, you know, I think we gave up 3 PK goals, but you know, it's good to get some power play goals and definitely take the lead and win this one.
I know a lot of penalties. In talking to your coach second intermission, he was a little fired up about that. What did he talk about in the change room there, second intermission, to bring you guys out and really look focused?
You know, we came out and we were a little flat in the second period, so we knew in the third we just had to come out and relax a little bit. We were all a bit frazzled after giving up the lead, so you know, he just said relax, you know, level set ourselves, and we'll get back to the third period.
Over 90 shots in total. Your goaltender made 37 saves in this contest. Tell me how he's been for you guys this year.
Both our goalies have been fantastic. Gluck especially. I mean, he's been great all year. Both our goalies give us a chance to win every night, and that's all you can really ask for every night.
Thanks very much for this, and good luck in the next 2 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. David, now back to you.
Thank you very much, Rasty. And once again, final score 10-4. ASU over Michigan State. They'll be playing tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, as well as Utah Hockey App Hammer and ACHA D2 Men's Nationals. I'd like to thank our camera operator today, Josiah Tillett, for spinning it around for us. And so we'll be back tomorrow here at noon Eastern for Day 2 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. For Rasty McGibbon, this is Dave Kurtz saying so long, and God bless.